Dr. Quip here. Okay, let's get started and no flub-ups, madam and gentlemen. We will run this recording activity at our facility using your links. Andy, you and your protégé will thread your way through their on-site phone system to connect to the conference phone in the boardroom and open up a one-way recording path from that room that has been established by Jacob. Carlos, you will be leveraging the satellite link to move the conversation signals between the ground and satellites that will get it to us here in the operations area. Does everyone understand the rules in this exercise? Eilla-Zan suggested. Just one thing, Dr. Quip. In Georgia, we don't say flub up. We always say screwed the pooch. Andy jumped in with a disapproving tone. Now, Eilla-Zan, we've talked about this. These folks are gentlemen of good breeding. I, for one, do not want to have to explain your vulgarities to them. So please curb your use of overly colorful analogies. Are we clear, young lady? Otto struggled to keep from laughing. He couldn't make up his mind if it was because Andy was trying to defend Quip's honor, or if it was because Eilla-Zan got Quip to blush beet red. Carlos and Jacob were noticeably quiet, which suggested they had muted their line. Eilla-Zan acknowledged, Gentlemen, please accept my humble apologies. I would declare my intentions to conduct my speech in accordance with the high social norms you gentlemen have set. Hey, everybody, it occurs to me that we started rushing around here, but there are some folks here that need to be introduced. I know that most of you have heard my protégé's voice on conference calls, but allow me to present Eilla-Zan. Everyone shook hands and exchanged pleasantries until it came to Quip, who seemed to be in a programming logic loop when it was his turn to greet Eilla-Zan. Eilla-Zan sensed the inner turmoil from Quip, smiled mischievously, and sweetly stated with more southern drawl than she displayed with the others, Why, Dr. Quip, I had no idea you would be such a handsome man. I naturally assumed that based on your award-winning technical treatise that you would be a visual homunculus. I am looking forward to working with such a gifted individual. May I rest assured that you are, as Andy has indicated, a graceful gentleman of good breeding. Quip opened his mouth to speak, but nothing escaped his lips. The setting was perfect for celebrating, and he knew the chef. As Quip reached her, he placed his hands on her shoulders, inhaled her fragrant hair, then lowered toward her neck and rumbled a bit in her ear. Good evening, my darling. Her breath had caught, and her fair arms immediately dotted with goosebumps. Stop that. I'm expecting my man soon. She turned slightly and said, Ah, it is you. Thank goodness, I thought perhaps it was a local ruffian. Then she laughed as she asked, How did you find me so easily and sneak up on me? Sweetheart, your hair is your marker a mile away, even in dim lighting. It shimmers and sparkles like fire. What can I say? You are just one hot lady. EZ arched her eyebrow as she smiled and said, Yes, and I'm all yours. This place is amazing. I have only been seated for like 5 minutes, and I was provided with a warm hand towel and glass of champagne. I asked them to keep yours cold, but here you are already. She smiled brilliantly at the waiter who rushed over with an additional glass for Quip. They thanked the waiter and then toasted each other. Please, honey, tell me about the place you found. You signed the papers, I hope. I wouldn't want to lose the place you labeled as perfect after searching for so long. Bowen helped me with the details of the signing. Quip, my darling, I think the first thing I need to do is start studying languages. Sadly, I cannot read the menu, so I need you to help either order for me or translate. By the way, how many languages do you speak? I noticed you and Petra were speaking in tongues at the wedding. Quip chuckled as he explained, I am fluent in speaking only 4 languages, with reading and writing in 2. Petra and Jacob are actually far more accomplished, which serves them well with their work. I am happy to order for you. The food here is all delicious, but there are limited choices. You will enjoy everything, especially the chocolate dessert I asked them to prepare for you when I made the reservation. We need to change the sheets on this king-size bed, and I'm tired of always having to do it myself. Will you help me, please? Quip, now somewhat chastened, responded, My darling, please forgive me for not being a better male and for being so insensitive to our household chores. I, of course, will lend all manner of assistance in said activity. In fact, with a gleam in his eye just shy of lustful, he continued, allow me to introduce you to my championship status as a world-class sheet toss competitor. I am known to rank in the top 1% of my age class and only recently have retired from active competition. EZ looked across the pillow at Quip with a blank look that provided him the motivation to demonstrate his sheet-tossing prowess. Grinning ear to ear, he leaped out of bed and commented as he was retrieving fresh sheets from the linen closet, Honey, be dear hop up and pull the soiled sheets off so I can recreate my last winning competition show. EZ, not quite comprehending Quip's highly animated activity, complied. She kept a wary eye on Quip, not completely sure that he hadn't started some new medication that he had failed to alert her to. She got out of bed and did as requested. Okay, honey, the bed is stripped, but I don't understand. Quip motioned for her to stand on the other side of the bed. He then assumed his new competitive persona in the form of the world-class sheet-toss competitor on the other side. Part of getting into character was to also provide the running commentary of a non-existent announcer, as if broadcasting the event live. Quip said in his now dual role as announcer, Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're here ringside at the sheet-toss competition finals. The front-runner, as has been the case many times in these dramas, is the Quipster, who has been relentlessly piling up points and sending competitors home in tears. One has to ask themselves, just how long can this winning machine stay on top of his game?